Have you ever stepped off a long international flight so tired that even simple questions feel slow to process? For many older travelers, those first few minutes at immigration or customs can quietly shape the entire arrival. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because jet lag, pressure, bright lights, and noise can make a perfectly normal answer sound uncertain. In 2026, airport screening is more structured and often faster than before, which can feel less forgiving when you're exhausted. The important thing to understand is this: most seniors who experience delays at immigration haven't broken any rules. What usually happens is a misunderstanding of what the officer is really checking. In this video, you'll learn the common questions immigration and customs officers ask, what each question is actually meant to confirm, and how to answer in a way that sounds calm, clear, and consistent, even if you're stiff, sleepy, and running on little rest. There is also one question that quietly causes extra screening for seniors, more than almost any other. It sounds routine and harmless, but answering it on autopilot can lead to extra questions, additional checks, and unnecessary stress, especially if you're traveling with prescription medication, medical devices, or health supplies. We'll come to that shortly. Before going further, it helps to clear up a common source of confusion. Immigration and customs are not the same thing. Immigration focuses on you, your passport, your entry status, why you're visiting, where you'll stay, and whether your plan makes sense. Customs focuses on what you're bringing in: food, gifts, medication, cash, or equipment. Different purposes, but one shared principle applies to both. Officers are listening for consistency. They already see your information on their screen. Your role is simply to confirm it clearly. Once you understand that, everything becomes easier. You stop over-explaining, you stop guessing, you stop filling silence with nervous details. Instead, you answer briefly, accurately, and with steady confidence. My name is Sophia, and I focus on helping senior travelers move through airports with less stress, especially during those short but important moments at immigration and customs where fatigue can quietly work against you. The first interaction most people overlook is when the officer asks to see your passport. It feels routine, but this moment sets the tone. Officers notice how easily you respond. For seniors, small physical challenges like stiff hands, tight zippers, glasses slipping, or a rolling carry-on can make things feel rushed. A simple habit makes this easier. 5 to 10 minutes before you reach the counter, take your passport out, open it to the photo page, and hold it somewhere secure and easy to access. That way you can hand it over smoothly without digging or juggling. If dropping it worries you, a small crossbody or neck pouch worn on your chest helps. This does more than save time. It steadies your nerves, your hand stays calm, your voice sounds confident, and that smooth start often makes the rest of the interaction easier. Right after that, the officer usually asks where you're arriving from. It sounds like casual conversation, but it's actually a consistency check. The officer already sees your route. The cleanest answer is short and factual, such as, "I flew in from Chicago through Frankfurt." There's no need to narrate your entire journey. When travelers are tired, they often start listing every stop, which can slow things down. If you're unsure whether they want your starting city or last connection, pause briefly and answer calmly. Looking at a boarding pass is fine. A short pause looks far more confident than rambling. Next comes the question about how long you're staying. What officers really want here is a clear plan. Seniors visiting family often answer flexibly because life truly is flexible, but flexibility at a border counter can sound uncertain. Instead of saying, "I'm not sure," or "we'll see how it goes," give a simple number with a reason. 2 weeks to visit family, 10 days for vacation, 14 days, returning on the 18th. Writing your return date on a simple one-page trip sheet in large print helps a lot, especially when jet lag makes memory unreliable. Then, you'll usually be asked the purpose of your trip. This is where many honest travelers accidentally make things harder. When tired, people tend to list everything they plan to do: visit family, sightsee, help with grandchildren, attend appointments. To an officer, that can sound like several different trip types at once. The cleanest approach is to state the main purpose that matches your entry status and stop. I'm here to visit family. I'm here on vacation. I'm joining a cruise. One clear category helps the officer move on. Two wording habits matter here. First, be careful with the word help. Saying, I'm here to help my daughter can sometimes sound like work. A safer version is, I'm visiting my daughter and grandchildren. Second, if medical care is not the main reason for travel, avoid leading with medical language. Lead with the main purpose that matches your paperwork. You may then be asked what you do for work. This question isn't about your career history. It helps officers assess stability and whether you have a clear reason to return home. Simple answers work best. I'm retired. I'm a teacher. I'm semi-retired and do some consulting back home. Extra detail usually isn't helpful. If they ask whether you have enough funds, you typically don't need to show anything unless requested, but having a card or basic booking details accessible helps you stay calm if asked. Another common question is who you're traveling with. If you're alone, say it clearly. I'm traveling alone. If someone is meeting you, clarify simply, I traveled alone, but my daughter is picking me up. If family members are nearby, say who and where they are. Keep it factual and brief. Officers may also ask whether you have family in the country. This is not automatically a problem. What they want to hear is that your visit still sounds temporary. If yes, give a structured answer. Who, where, and when you're leaving. My sister lives in San Diego. I'm visiting for 10 days and flying home on Friday. Avoid open-ended phrases like, I'll stay as long as needed, which can invite extra questions. You might also be asked whether you visited before. Officers often already see your travel history, so they're not testing your memory. General answers are fine. Yes, a few years ago. If you don't remember the exact year, it's better to say so honestly than to guess. Now we come to the question that trips up many seniors, whether you have anything to declare. When tired, no often comes out automatically, but seniors commonly travel with items like prescription medication, CPAP machines, insulin, hearing aid supplies, or medical equipment. These are usually allowed, but saying no and then having something discovered later can lead to extra questions. Before answering, pause for 2 seconds and do a quick mental scan. Medication or medical devices, food, large amounts of cash, new expensive items. Keeping prescriptions in original labeled containers helps, as does having a medication list or photo of prescriptions on your phone. Some medications that are common at home may be restricted in other countries, so checking ahead of time matters. A calm, cooperative answer works well. I have prescription medication for personal use and a few sealed snacks. Do any of those need to be declared? That sounds organized and honest without turning it into a long explanation. After that, officers usually ask where you're staying. This is an anchor question. It helps your trip sound planned, not improvised. A clear response works best. I'm staying at the Hilton downtown, or I'm staying with my daughter in Toronto. You don't usually need to give the full address unless asked, but having it written down in large print is very helpful. Sometimes officers will ask to see your itinerary or booking details. This usually doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. It's often just a quick match check. Screenshots saved on your phone or a simple printed trip sheet prevent stressful searching while standing at the counter. You may also be asked to show a return or onward ticket. What officers want is a clear exit plan. Even if your stay might change later, having a real, verifiable return ticket within your allowed stay reduces uncertainty and keeps the interaction smooth. In some countries, you may be asked about travel insurance. For travelers over 60, this matters more than many realize because medical care can be expensive and payment is often expected immediately. Keeping proof of coverage saved offline and knowing where to find it makes this easy if asked. Almost every question at Customs and Immigration comes back to the same core ideas: who you are, why you're here, where you'll stay, when you'll leave, and what you're bringing with you. Officers are not trying to intimidate you. They're checking whether your answers match what they already see. Most problems don't come from breaking rules. They come from fatigue, over-explaining, or answering on autopilot. That's why preparation matters so much for senior travelers. A simple one-page travel sheet in large print, organized medication, and a moment of pause before answering can prevent unnecessary delays. Travel today is faster and more automated than it used to be. Your job at the counter isn't to impress anyone, it's simply to confirm your information calmly and clearly. When you do that, most interactions are over quickly and you're on your way. If this helped you feel more confident about your next trip, consider liking it so other senior travelers can find it. And if you want more clear, senior-friendly guidance like this, subscribe so you don't miss future videos. I'd also love to hear your experience. What's the strangest or most unexpected question you've ever been asked at customs or immigration, and where was it? Share it in the comments. Safe travels, take care, and I'll see you next time.